China wants the upcoming Beijing Olympics to be a one-of-a-kind event. It aims to run the Games on clean energy. For this, it has been building large solar parks, but behind the scene is the dark reality of land grabbing and forced evictions. More in our next report.
Farmers in China's Hubei province have been living in poverty. But a year ago, their situation was much better. They had a steady income until they were forced to give up their land for solar farms. They say that they received little compensation from the firm which is building the facility.
When using all this land, is it within their rights? The company tells us they are a legal enterprise. Of course they are a legal enterprise, otherwise the country wouldn't give them a license to operate. But how about us farmers? Aren't we legal citizens too, part of the People's Republic of China?
Several farmers in the region have a similar story to tell. Hubei province is one of the venues of the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympic Games. China has vowed that global sporting event will be run entirely on wind and solar energy. The plan is ambitious and it's the ordinary people who are paying the price. They've been caught in a web of land grabbers, corporations and corrupt government officials. Locals say they were beaten up by the police and even jailed for resisting forced evictions.
After we entered the court, they called us in a group, pointing at our heads, telling us don't say anything or you'll be jailed. When telling us to sign a document, we should at least be able to see the content, but they said sign it or you'll be jailed.
The regional government prides itself in spearheading the renewable energy revolution. Activists say that on paper everything looks fine. Authorities promised a compensation and say that villagers who forego their land will receive free electricity from the solar power plant. But firms have been taking advantage of loopholes in the regulations. They list farmland as wasteland in order to avoid paying the amounts due.
They told us this was unusable land, but actually it's all very good agricultural land used by farmers. They said they'd give us 3,000 yuan for an acre of land, but in the end we got nothing. The money they told us we can get from selling our excess electricity, they haven't given us anything.
Amid calls for climate action, China, like many countries across the world, increased investments in clean energy. But blatant disregard for rights mean that poorer sections of the society are unlikely to benefit from the initiative. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.